So the project manager he's got many different roles on a project, and he can put different hats on depending on what the project needs. Some of the key responsibilities will be scheduling, so that will be what's known as the programme, what's the activities of work that needs to be completed, and what sequence in order to finish the construction job in the most effective way. Another aspect will be managing resources. What resources does he need? What resources are available, whether it's in their own business or it's outsourcing people to come in and work. It's also part of the biggest role is also safety. They need to make sure that they are got a certain safe system of work that ensures that at any phase during the construction they are protecting the individuals who are working for them. So those are some of the kind of key 3 areas I would think. Skills needed to be a project manager. I think there's 3 core skills. There's obviously other aspects and attributes that a project manager needs to have, but one of the first ones will be leadership. They need to be able to lead a team through all the phases of the project, keeping them focused on the objective and trying to keep them focused on what we're trying to achieve at that point in time, not necessarily what we're going to be looking at in a couple of months' time. So leadership's one. Another one will be organisation. A project manager relies and coordinates a lot of people, so they need to be very organised on what's happening in each day, what's happening in a couple of months' time, and also potentially what's going to happen in a year's time. So they need to be able to understand how they get there, but they also need to have certain systems in place to manage their own team. And the last one's people skills. So they need to be able to understand the social dynamic in a team, understand that people are individuals and they have different behaviours and how you deal with people in slightly different ways to get a good result, but also making sure that you're an approachable person as well. So that's the kind of 3 key attributes for a project manager. Go on site, understand where it is just now and have a look at the drawings, and if I can understand it visually, again most people are quite visual who work in construction, you try and get the drawings out. You might do sketches where we've got new advances in 3D modelling. If a designer is able to show you visually what that looks like, you tend to have a sit down with your team to talk about what do we need to do, what's the sequence of work to get from A, which is nothing's been built, to B or C or D, where you finish the project, and what's the sequence to get there. Get some different input from different people with different skill sets, agree what the plan is. On the planning side, we have a lot of programme or scheduling software that we use. There's different software you can use, such as Asta, Primavera, P6, Microsoft Project. Essentially all they do is put together the logic that the construction and the project team will come up with to how they will build the job and what needs to start. So using a good example could be you're going to build a house. So you could have one activity where you're going to dig out the foundations, build up the foundations, but concurrently you might also have someone doing the utilities in, so that could be the drainage. So this software will pull together different activities, what the sequence is, and it will drive out what's the planned completion date for the project. Digital advances are developing how we manage projects. It's something I get really excited about because it's really cool. They'll have, so from a site based, if you want to know what's going on, you have real-time reporting. So a lot of the staff now are becoming more comfortable with using tablets to take photos, to mark up, to visually show the drawings on some sort of small tablet they can just put in their pocket, just to communicate to a team on site what we're actually trying to achieve. When you're trying to plan the works at the start, you also have visualization, so you can actually see what you're physically building. So that could be on a 3D PDF, or it could be on the actual the 3D model. So you can actually get that up on the screen and you can show the staff, like, this is what we're doing, this is the area we're working in, and you can isolate and highlight areas to say, this is the focus today, just so that they get the buy-in from everyone involved, they understand what we're trying to build.